FAQ programming for the Recreation Community Experience Network, RecNet, we like to call it. My name is Gary Blyle. I am the current president of the organization, and I have Andrew and Annie with me today. Personally, I've been with the property, or not the property, the organization for over 23 years, and we will be hosting the 45th conference in Galena, Illinois this year. It's going to be absolutely great. We want to talk about that, give you all the insights before signing up and why you should do it, get the programming parts, how to fly there, how to register, what value it will bring for you and your property. So thanks for joining us, and I want to introduce you to Andrew next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Minton. I am
fifth conference.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Minton, manager of outdoor pursuits at Discovery Land over here in Hobe Sound, Florida, and I am the president-elect for RecNet. I've been with RecNet now for almost a year. Started back here in November, and we're coming up on my first conference being a part of the board, and I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, most of this conversation will be targeted towards Andrew, as he's been putting the heart and soul into it. He's been working since January, February, working on the actual program as in speakers. Annie has been a great job, and she's done this multiple times. Want to welcome Annie. Go ahead, Annie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Annie Pillock. I am the current past president of RecNet. I have been a member of RecNet for about 20 years as well, not quite as long as Gary, but approximately 20 years. And this is my 7th year on the board. So this will be my last year on the board, but I'm excited to help usher Andrew and Gary into this 45th special national conference that we have. And I've had the pleasure of being able to plan several conferences at this point, and be in Andrew's role twice and help other presidents with the programming side. So we're really excited, and I can't wait for Andrew to tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, Annie's been a mentor for me for the last year, in the past president, now president. She's guided this organization to great things, and she's still doing that today. The power of connection, inspiring recreation professionals, engage, collaborate, and elevate recreation. That is our theme this year, elevating. We've always done really well. Well, what can we do more to take back to our properties, to our team, to our industry, and say, you know what, we're continuing to go in the right way. Andrew, when is the conference?
So the conference this year is going to be in, as you said, Gary, in Galena, Illinois. It's going to be November 14th through the 17th. So make sure you mark that on your calendars, and don't forget early bird registration does stop on July 31st. Just want to make sure you get that plug in there as well.
That's a nice sweet spot that the conference is at, because it's like right after Halloween, which is a big deal at my property, but then it's like just right before Thanksgiving. So I feel like it's a good time to kind of like step away. So good job there.
Yeah, and we find it in the Midwest. The Midwest people were amazing. We got to do our board meeting and programming in Galena. There's 3 airports close by. There's Quad City, Dade County Regional, and Chicago O'Hare. Yeah, most likely he will have to rent a car, but that'll give you an opportunity to drive, learn a little bit more about that area, maybe get there early and explore as part of it and become cultured in the area. So there are 3 different airports. Please check those out. Andrew, we had a lot going on. What are some highlight and programming aspects that you don't want us to miss, or educate us about the performers?
All right. So, well, as we get going here, I mean, when you arrive there on the 14th, so we kind of start off really cool. You're going to get a chance to explore the property, get to see what Galena is all about. There's a great little small town right there where you can go kind of check it out. We actually went on a ghost hunting tour there when we were there for our mid-year board meeting. So there's lots to check out right before we get the conference kicked off. But make sure, that first night, make sure you're coming to the opening reception. It's the welcome. We got an open kind of floor where everybody comes in. It is very welcoming. You're going to have a lot of people there, professionals. You get to meet the board, and we get to play some games and really get integrated with each other and really just have some fun that first night.
Yeah, 2 things I want to mention. Going to the Galena, Illinois, it's amazing. It used to be a flood town. They built it up. The old buildings. They have stairs that go all the way to the top of the town. It's really fun to run up. I challenge any RecNet individuals. I did it, I think, in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So, you got to get your exercise in while you're at the conference. To join on that first night is the meet and greet. That is not a boring, I got to go to the conference and it's kickoff. No, this is meet and greet with other professionals, emerging professionals, educators, engaging with our vendors. So it's a don't miss evening, not a, I have to go to. I think I want to mention that. And do you have anything else to add to the kickoff that night?
I mean, we're recreation professionals, so it's going to be fun. It's not about sitting in a chair and just listening and meeting the board. It's about getting up and moving around and laughing and enjoying and learning on the way. You don't realize you're learning stuff as you're doing it. So I'm looking forward to it because Andrew's in charge of it. So
Andrew is in charge. One last thing for that last night, that first night, we're working with a hula entertainment vendor with having mentalists, the Cosmic Romantics. So they sing and do some mind reading that evening as well.
Nice.
So, be part of it, even if you're in the audience.
It sounds like it'll be funny.
Oh, it's
We're
going
gonna have them pull you up here.
I'm really looking forward to it.
So we kick off the next day with our educational sessions. Can you tell us about some of those highlights?
Absolutely. So going into the general sessions is kind of the meat and potatoes of our conference, right? We have a lot of great session speakers lined up, and I think that first day we're really highlighted by Dr. AJ Alluri. He is over at the WVU. I actually know him personally from my experience working with WVU over the years. And
West Virginia University.
Yes, thank you very much, West Virginia University. But he actually was the Global 100 most influential educators just nominated for that. So
I saw that.
Wow, I saw that in the LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! So we are very excited to have him, and he's going to be coming and speak on the topic of AI and how we can utilize it within our recreation industry. So I am really excited to have him on board. He's actually going to be doing back-to-back sessions for us on that first day, and those are ones that we obviously really don't want to miss. AI is kind of taken over our world a little bit, and we need to figure out how we can best utilize it within our industry. And I think he's going to be a great speaker for all of the young people to learn, and also the educators and the professionals as well, who haven't used AI before. Oh yeah, exactly.
I don't like new tricks, but I'll have to learn through the AI.
We got to know what's going on. So.
But yeah, he's going to give us all those tips and tricks and how we can do that. So we're really excited to have him on board. But we also have some other great ones that day. We do have Alex Coden. She is actually up there in Illinois as well. And so she is going to be speaking on some aquatics programming and also aquatic safety and aquatics programming. So we're really excited to have her. We also have, we have Garrett Harrell. He's going to be speaking on a topic of social media. He's a RecNet. He actually started with RecNet way back in the day. He actually came up as a student through the RecNet ranks, and he has actually been with RecNet for a long time.
He did his internship at my property and then became an assistant manager. So he has grown through the ranks. He also worked with Lisa at Wildly Different, and she speaks very highly of his work ethic.
He was a former board member too, right?
Yeah, treasurer for a few years.
So that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to that one.
That's one of the great things. I mean, as you all know, you guys have been with RecNet for years. I'm just getting going, but it's great to see some of these. No, never.
Wise.
But it's great to see the people come up through RecNet, and it goes to show that these students that come up, we're going to help get you out there and get to meet some of these other professionals in the industry and help possibly land you a job. And maybe one day you're going to come back to RecNet and be an influence for some of these younger students coming up later on. So it really is a tight-knit network.
What's cool about Garrett is he's had a really diverse career in recreation, and I think that's really good for students to see, educators to see, and then those that maybe are thinking about shifting from what they're currently doing. He's a good person, I think, to engage with that way. So I think that will be nice post his session for people to chat with him potentially about that as well.
Yeah, he and his wife are very influential in the social media, so I think it's going to be really interesting to hear, growing up. It's new to me. Like, I'm on the Facebook, but I'm not on all the Instagrams and Twitters.
You called it the Facebook.
I did. It's not the first time today. So, that will give a different generation. I think that's really important. What you mentioned earlier as growth of it, isn't there a job fair that afternoon as well, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the highlights for our students coming to the conference this fall. We do have that job fair that afternoon to where they, even not just students, but other educators can come and meet with the professionals in the industry and establish those relationships with different resorts and properties across the country. So it's a great way for, like I said, not only students, but the educators to come meet and make those partnerships, because the educators as well, if they make a partnership with one of the properties, you can start internships. You can start all these programs that we are really looking to help those students get into to be successful in the industry.
And at that same time, we'll be offering another panel interview or session with some senior leaders and how they receive their opportunities. So again, if you're not part of the job fair, career fair. There will be opportunity for other senior leaders to have brainstorming ideas on how they got there, and career moments and peak moments, and maybe even some low ones, so we can continue to learn and have a lot of sessions going at the same time.
That's great. So you have a little something for everybody then.
Yeah, and one thing we haven't really touched on is the educators. They have an opportunity with Scott Rude to be part of the research symposium. So if they're looking to provide their research to a national organization, they can reach out to Scott or go onto our website and I'll submit to speak. So there's educational sessions all through that Sunday to educate not just only educators, students, and also professionals on what their research shows in our industry. So that was a lot of good stuff. We could talk for multiple
Sunday sounds
hours.
Great.
I know.
Sunday sounds like super diverse, but
and that's
like
just
a lot
day
of cool
one.
Stuff. Yeah.
That is. And we started this last year, and it won't be maybe a tradition forever, but we'll have 3 keynote speakers this year. I think that's a great change. Each year's a little different. Can you talk about some of our keynotes?
Absolutely. No, so we were able to obtain 3 different keynotes this year, which is really exciting. So that first Sunday, we are going to kick it off with Juan Do. He speaks on the topic of unshakable resilience. He's very high energy, so you're going to want to come to his session and see everything. I mean, when you talk about resilience and within the recreation industry, we all have not troubling times, but we all have times where it's a little bit tougher. You have to have some resilience to get through and push through to that next thing. And so he talks about things to be able to help you get through to that next time. So he will help you provide those tools within your industry. If you're ever having an issue or problem, he'll help you get through that. And so we're really excited to talk to him, and he'll be there on Sunday. We also have on Monday morning, we have Sally Evans, and she has not one, but she's come out with her 2nd book this year. So the first one was Once Upon a Leader. It takes like those fairy tales that you learn as a kid, and she applies those stories and those tools that you learn in those to modern day life, into the leadership roles that you're going to have. A very cool book. I would check it out if you haven't checked it out already. But she will be there. Oh, yeah. And so another fun fact, she's also be coming out with an app, and it's in production right now. So this app is going to be able to help young and budding leaders if they're having issues in the field, if they just need a quick, I wouldn't say a quick fix, but they want some advice or anything, they'll be able to go to this app, and it's going to be able to provide some tools and resources for them in order to get over that hump or whatever their challenge is. So really cool. It's in production. She's going to try and have it out this fall for us, and to be able to check out at the conference as well. So lastly, we do have Sarah. I don't want to get her.
Sarah Beth.
So we have Sarah Beth. She is the Chief Operating Officer for Carnival Cruise Lines.
Fabulous.
My goodness. Carnival Cruise Lines. We got her. She's going to be coming and speaking. So we are very excited to have her. She actually knows some of the other speakers from, like I said, recreation, small world. So she's known Sally for a long time as well. And so we're really excited to have her coming. She's going to be speaking on some programming topics and excellence in programming. So once again, very excited to have her. Have you guys ever taken a cruise before?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it was great.
I've actually never been on a cruise.
What?
I know. Everybody reacts the same way when I tell them that. It's very uncommon.
Well, I'm married to a travel agent. If you ever need some guidance, she's there for you, Annie.
Okay.
So, but because, she works on a cruise line, I would highly suggest going and checking out a cruise, because they do have some fantastic programming. She's going to be able to bring that to our conference and be able to talk to all of our guests about that. So very excited to have her.
Two things. Sally has been in the organization for 20 plus years. When I was a student, I went to visit her at Gate Kids the World. She property tours at past locations, just welcoming with a big hug and a smile. She came off the cruise ships. Sarah Beth, we got to meet her in our introduction, and you know what? She's like, this is what I did. I was you many years ago. I was a student. I worked on the ships. Her energy is exactly what we want, because she's still doing it in a different industry. Even though we are recreation, she's probably at the top levels of all of the individuals in that room. But you know what? She was so humble, and she's like, I want to do this for the students. I've been connected with her. So she's a Midwest girl as well. So I think that might help draw her with us. But she's excited to fly from Miami to that conference.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, recreation is a small world, right? It's a small, everybody seems to know everybody. You talk to somebody and, they know this person over there and that person over there. And that's the great part about, our organization, is that everybody knows kind of everyone in some way or some form. And it's great to see those connections form and to those connections build, especially for our student population coming up.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a great lineup. We do have some fun entertainment in the evenings as well. So we do have fundraisers going on. That's called Ways and Means. It gets our attendees donating for student scholarships. We'll have student scholarships coming out very shortly on August 1st. Ashley and I and Andrew will have that out for the students to get their scholarship so they can be part of the program behind the scenes. We have Hula Entertainment providing some entertainment in the late evenings after the interactive games by another one of our vendors. So it's going to be really fun. Also, it is a learning at each point. Even if you're not the one on stage, we're like, how do they do that technology? How did they learn how to do it?
That was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so things that you can take home with you and go, I might not be the one that designed it, but I want to implement this to our property. So that's really, really cool. Tuesday, there's one thing I'm not going to miss, and I think it's going to be outstanding. Do you know a little bit about that program ending the event?
Oh yeah. So on
Sounds a little
Tuesday,
wild.
oh, it might get a little wild. I'm anticipating it's definitely going to get a little wild. So we have our wild card games. It's put together and hosted by Lisa Linden. My goodness, she's been with RecNet for a long time as well, and this game is something that nobody's going to want to miss. So it's based on the Wild Card Kitchen game that's on the Food Network. If you haven't seen that one, so basically we're going to have 6 teams of 10. And you can actually pay to be a sponsor, or not sponsor. You can pay to be a team captain of one of these teams, and that's just to kind of go back and cover some of the costs for all the tools and things and props that we're going to be utilizing for these games. But there's going to be 3 rounds. After every round, there's going to be teams that get eliminated, and during each round, each team is provided with some of these cards, and each one of those cards, one of them's going to have a wild card. And so within those wild cards, you're going to have to come up with a game, a program, something that you're going to have to then present to the judges at the end of each round. And then the judges, they will send you either through to the next round or send you packing.
I think the most important part is it's going to be one of our last sessions. That's bragging rights for the whole year. It might be a little medallion, might be a trophy, might be a first place, but you have
carry it around and rub
bragging
it in your face, Gary,
rights until next year. This is kind of a twist off of last year's programming with Annie and her team that has created the
Andrew. He led for me.
Andrew's part of it. Yeah,
he was my rock star.
We worked it out. It was a lot. That was a lot of fun. But I think this takes this
this is a whole other
to
level.
a whole another level. So we're gonna end it on a real high note. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing it.
Some other individuals I don't want to miss out. We've got more. I can't talk about all of them. Is Lisa Jennings and Scavenger Hunts Around Your Property. She's a legend in the technology and scavenger hunt. And then Andrew Simpson in Luxurious Recreation. It's not just about food and beverage and food and beverage and rooms. Well, guess what? Recreation be the top level of service as well, because we interact with the guests just as much as everybody else.
I will have to say I did work with Andrew Simpson there for a while, one of my previous places, and we really hit it off. He really elevated our recreation program. He comes from a background in lodging, and he kind of came over to our recreation little team there, and he really elevated our service to a whole another level. So really excited to hear him speak on how everybody can just take those little tiny things that you can do on a daily basis and elevate them just a little bit more to make people have those memorable experiences at your properties.
Annie, is there anything about the conference that excites you about this year?
I just really love getting together with like-minded professionals in industry, because just even sitting and eating lunch with someone new that I haven't met and learning about what they're doing at their property and how different it is, you're learning in that moment and you don't even realize it. And a lot about conferences is you have to go with the right mindset and go in with an open mind and putting yourself out there and enjoying your time. So I love being able to do that. I never was a super outgoing person, and I attribute a lot of my success to going to these conferences and like building me up and then coming back with all these little nuggets and information. So yeah, I'm excited for all of the above, and great job on the trifecta of what do you call it, keynote speakers. I think they're really going to help build off of each other a lot, and they seem like powerhouses. So I'm really excited about that. So.
Well, I think this is building to be a great program. Like Andrew said at the beginning, July 31st is early bird registration. Then we go to regular registration. We really just want you to participate and join us. It's going to be a great conference. Things you may want to consider is lodging. Lodging is at $199 plus resort fee starting. So that's a 1 bedroom. You know, it goes up if you need a with a partner or teammate, you need a 2 bedroom. So they have 2 bedroom and 3 bedroom. They do have multi bedroom homes as well. So we're trying to accommodate all the individuals. Maybe there's 2 companies that want to come together to cut that fee. So $199, $249. This is reasonable, awesome accommodations, and they have trams that can get you there. So as long as you get to property, you'll be great. Andy mentioned professional. We are professionals. As you can see, we're in professional gear. It will be professional with business professional attire. We will be professional. Yeah, we might have fun at one of our socials. Anybody want to tell them the theme?
Oh, I mean,
it's heroes and villains for our president's social. It's gonna be a good time. I haven't figured out my costume yet, but yeah.
It'll be a last minute Amazon for all of us, though. Yeah. There'll be some original ones as well. I think it's really important to note that 3 meals are included with the conference. So you have 2 lunches and a dinner. We have an award ceremony and gala at the last night. Then we'll have some live entertainment again with Hula Entertainment. So you know what? It's a great value. It is elevating your career, your property experiences. And we just want to come together this year and future years. The 45th anniversary is going to be awesome. Anything else you guys like to add before we wrap this FAQ program up?
On-site on the property, they have a little market. If you don't want to go there, there's a Walmart right in the town. It's not far away. They could take you into town. So there's ways, if you're nervous about costs or anything like that, there's definitely ways to reduce. But your 3 of your meals are included already, which are the 3 most important meals of the day anyway. It's your 2 lunches and a dinner. So it should be totally okay, and I think it's very manageable. Plus, Eagle Ridge is really easy to navigate around. We had a really lovely time when we got to go as a board. So, Andrew, you had something.
So I'm going to put you all on the spot here real quick. So you guys have been around RecNet for a little while. I want you to tell me your favorite conference memory. Take a second, because I think that I want our viewers to get a little bit of an idea of what it's like. What kind of memories are they going to make while they're there? It's not just about, seeing the speakers, although it's a lot.
Yeah, I have like a wide range of different experiences. Like I remember sitting on the plane flying home from one of the conferences, and I was handwriting a note to Lisa Linden, who had been on the board, just telling her how amazing I thought from start to finish the conference was. Because I remember he's still my supervisor, but my boss at the time had said, if you get to conference, you come back with one idea, it pays for your whole trip. If you go to a conference another time and you get to bring back a couple interns that are fabulous for the summer, that pays for the whole trip, right? And I checked like 10 of those boxes at this conference. I think it was the Sun River one, which was just a great escape to be able to go to Oregon. I'm on the East Coast, so it was really just, it checked a lot of things for me. But I remember I left for a little bit, and then I came back in 2015, and I had really little kids. And I remember I really wanted to be at conference, but I couldn't take the whole time because my kids were so little and I had mom guilt. But I remember I got there, so I missed the opening night. I got there for the keynote, and Gary was sitting right there, and immediately he got up and came over and like gave me a hug. And I hadn't been in the industry for almost like 3 years at that point, and it didn't matter. Like I felt immediately welcomed. He wasn't on the board at the time. He just was like me, just coming to conference for the experience. And it was like that every session, throughout the rest of the time. And I ended up having to leave. I remember arriving late and leaving early, but every moment throughout the conference, I felt so welcome back. And it was so nice, and it made me like want to continue. So yeah, there's been a lot of little things like that for me. So
I remember that same exact moment.
You do not.
I can't say there's one or, I have 22 out of 23 years. I remember being a student and so anxious and asking paper clips or staples to Lisa Linden when I didn't know who she was, an executive director. I'm a student wearing a yellow shirt, and my professor said, don't do that. And I got 15 job interviews that day, and I was sick as a dog with a nasal infection and strep throat. But you could pick a Kiowa Island, Omni,
I've had a positive experience at all of them.
Yeah, Galena, not Galena.
Dubuque.
Dubuque, Iowa, with
Yeah.
the Field of Dreams, walking with people from the movie. It was just each one has a moment that you're like, that's
Yeah.
going to stick with me, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to figure out what that moment is at this
Dude,
conference.
when we met you, I remember meeting you at your previous property for mid-year, and immediately I was like, this guy is amazing. He's awesome. He's gonna really stand out. And you weren't all you were doing, you weren't even like picked to do a session. You were just asked to like guide us around the property. And I remember just being like, this is going to be a really good experience. And it was just from like 10 minutes of meeting you. And I don't think you knew that because we didn't want to like overwhelm you, but just that little like interaction I stuck with me about you. So, yeah. So yeah,
No,
it's good.
it's great. It's about connections and who you know in the industry. This is just one piece of it. We like to be connected throughout the year, but this is the one time we can shake hands, give a hug, and learn from each other in so many different ways, from cruise ships, KOAs, campgrounds, high end, low end condos, HOAs. Again,
Resorts.
recreation has a resorts has a place in all of this, and we're doing the same thing, taking care of each other, taking care of our guests and associates, but also just creating lasting memories, and that's what this comes to. I always think if they didn't have us, it'd be pretty boring places to visit or stay.
They're pretty, but yeah, I need something to do.
Yeah, and okay, a book is good, an iPad is good, but what are we doing as an industry to go elevate it? What is next? What is professional? What do the guests want, and how can we produce it in the most professional way and go? It was worth the price that we offered it, if that's the route that it goes. So to wrap this up, I think it's a great opportunity after Annie says something.
I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the awards.
Yes,
So
please.
the awards are really a special part. They're typically on one of the last evenings that we have. And to receive an award from this association, I believe is a big deal. There's some of like the pillars in the industry themselves, the people that are on this committee that make these decisions. And to have them say, yeah, this person should get this, I think is a really huge deal. So if you haven't had an opportunity to go to our website and go to the awards page, I really encourage you to do that and just look how you could recognize another colleague or your own property. Gary's property has been recognized many times, as well as the programming that they do there. So, and it lists out all the different things that people have done. So the awards are certainly very special, and it's a high honor to receive them. So.
That is amazing. It's great recognition from your peers for their hard work that sometimes they don't see, but we submit videos or photos or just people know your drive and effort, and then you're able to see it and get recognized by those individuals. All of us are we're board members that do this for free out of the love of what we do. So if you are passionate and want to join our committees or the board in the future, each year there's a nomination process. You can go to our website. We have 4 positions open this future year, and then future president, secretary, treasurer. They come up every 2 to 3 years. And if this is something that you're interested, please just email me directly. Jump on the info at recnetwork.org. We want to be your place that you feel comfortable to do what you do and make people feel special. So I think I want to thank Andrew and Annie for your time today. It was a great opportunity. We hope that each of you join us at the 45th National Conference in Galena, Illinois. And you know what? We're going to say hello face to face next time we see each other. So we will talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Now take out your cell phones, scan that QR code, and get registered for the 45th Annual RecNet Conference today.